Hey, we're here at gotomath.com working some calculus. Let's go down. We're looking at the first derivative test. And I believe we are 8.1. That's what we're looking at. Okay, it says find our relative minimum and maximum points. And here is our function. And of course, this is the graph here. Now, when we say relative, we mean like within some interval right around where this, for example, if we find a critical number right around this area, or, okay, so there's a red dot right here, as you can see. Well, this is a relative min, and it's right in this area right here. So we're just looking at right around here, even though this is an absolute, or we could say a global minimum in this particular case, but we're just focusing on relative minimum and maximum points. Uh, and maybe I'll draw some examples at some point in time. Show you what we're talking what we're really talking about. We talk about relative min and max. Maybe some other examples will help you understand that. But anyway, if you work some of the previous problems, we're kind of leading up to this point. So let's go ahead and write this down. 0.79 x plus 4 squared is equal to f. Okay, so we'll write that down, go over to the board, and okay, so we have f of x is equal to 0.79 and x plus 4 quantity squared. So we want to find the critical number. That's the first thing we want to find. So that means we want to take the derivative, and that's going to be 0.79 times 2. Bring that 2 out front. And then we have x plus 4. Now what we're going to do, and I'm not going to multiply that by that, just leave it there for right now. Set this equal to 0. Okay. 140, 144. Okay, maybe I should multiply that out. 144 there. Alright, x plus 4. Yeah, we've been putting c in there, but okay, so what's the solution to this? Well, actually it would be when x is equal to negative 4. So our critical number, I should have put c there, our critical number is negative 4. Alright, so now remember the next thing we want to do is we're going to place negative 4 on the number line, okay, and then we're going to do a test point. Let's do a test point like negative 5 would be a good test point, and how about 0? That would be another good test point. And then what we're going to do is do just like we did finding where it's increasing and decreasing. Take negative 5, plug it into the derivative, okay. So in other words, f prime of negative 5, we want to plug that in, and all we're concerned with is if it's negative or positive. Okay, so if I plug negative 5 in, we get a negative number here, and so that's negative. So we know the graph is decreasing. Okay, so for it to be a relative min or a max, this side is going to have to be increasing over here. So when I take 0, f prime of 0, okay, so this was a negative, and we plug 0 into the derivative and we get a positive number. Alright, we get a positive number, so we know that that's going to be increasing. Okay, so if this is decreasing and that's increasing, then a relative min or a max must occur here, and of course this is going to end up being a relative minimum. Okay, a minimum when it's decreasing and then increasing. And actually find that point, what you do is you just go ahead and take f and plug in negative 4 into the original function, okay, and so we end up with 0.79 times negative 4 plus 4 squared. Now that just ends up being 0 there, right? So this thing is equal to 0. Okay, so it's going to be a minimum, and the minimum is going to be occurring at negative 4, 0. So I'm just writing it as a point right here. All right. Okay, well, come by and see us, and I'll see you there.